guys. How are we all doing? Good.
Good, having a good summer? Yeah.
Yes, we've got some new faces here that we will introduce here shortly.
Yeah.
But we would like to breakfast this morning. I'm here with our own mortgage company. Amir coming up, and you have someone to show, and then we have Sana with Lance Harvard. Did you guys pick who was going first? Since you guys already like Lance Rochambeau. Sana, we like Sana.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this up front to both of you guys. Thank you so much for your support and everything. And I need you guys to keep it brief because we've got a lot of stuff to go over today, and I want to make sure that we get you guys out on time for those that are showing houses and those that are going through golf courses. I see lots of shorts. So Sana with land title.
Yeah, thank you. So, those of you that I haven't worked with or are newer faces, my name is Sana. I'm with Land Title. I work primarily with Equity Colorado, and I've been working with you guys now for almost 7 years. So, crazy, right? It's been almost 7 years. So after, now I'm married, I have my 18-month-old, my 3-year-old. So you guys kind of saw me transition from being, single to now being a mom. So awesome. But good seeing you guys. Just a little bit about that, and I'll keep it very, very brief. We are the largest title company in Colorado. We're local. With 54 offices, we make it very convenient for you to close at any of our locations. I will just say one thing, and it has happened. I'm not sure if you guys know or are aware. There has been a few title companies that were affected by it, where there was a Cloud Star that was under a ransom attack. So a title company was using them, and it's a ransom attack. So they were a third-party IT system, like where they were the backup IT system, and they were the ones that were doing all their IT systems for these title companies. So they were contracted out. They were under attack. What happened with the title company is that it wiped out all of their systems. So they weren't able to get into their systems for about 2 weeks. They were doing everything manual. I'm not sure if they were able to come out of it now. So the reason I'm telling you this is because it's very important for you to know who you're partnering with. You need to do your homework. Even if it's Land Title, ask us questions. Ask us, who do we, are we contracting our work out? And who are we using for IT systems? About wire frauds, what do we do in those situations? So those things are very important for you to know that you're partnering with someone, with a vendor. So as much as I love my relationship with you guys, if I'm partnering with you, you need to ask, what does Land Title do in situations if something was to happen? And I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, hey, it's not going to happen to us. You don't know it's going to happen to you until it happens to you. So that's why it's very important. So a little bit about Land Title and what we do is we're local. We're here in Colorado. Everything is produced here in Colorado off of I-25 Orchard. Our wire fraud, so the way that we do it is, as soon as an order comes in, our closing team calls your buyer's agent, your buyers, your seller agents, your seller, and gives them all the instructions on what to do and how those funds are going to be transferred. So nothing is just sent on emails only. It is all verbal. We will never change our wire instructions. So let your clients know, if you get an email, and if they're working with Land Title, they get an email saying, hey, the wire instructions have changed. That's not us. We will always call, we will always talk over the phone. We will never just send them via email only. And so that's some of the things that we do. Our IT system is in-house. We own our IT department. And so that's important for you to know because it just happened with Cloud Star. They were under attack, everything was wiped out. So some of these title companies that were affected by it, they have no way of accessing these files now. And so a lot of the clients were reaching out to us to say, hey, can you take these files and work on them? And these are files that we're getting ready to close. And so it's important for you to know that. So that's one. Not to scare you guys, but just saying, when you're partnering with somebody, it's important for you to know who that vendor is. Second, we do have a marketing department. I've met with most of you, but I would love to meet with some of you that I haven't, to sit down and help you on how we can help you grow your business. We are now doing social media posts as well to help you get those social media posts for Instagram, Facebook, your websites. So if you want to sit down and get more information, I'd love to sit down with you. And lastly, I know that Stacy's going to go over the market stats, but I just wanted to do a one-page for you guys. So this just basically tells you how the market is doing, and I will just let Stacy kind of do more of the explanation after that. But if you don't have any questions, thank you so much for having me. So good seeing all of you, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mayor.
Yes, we had 3 transactions, by the way, last month with title companies that got hit by that ransomware attack. So, yeah, so we had clients calling, why hasn't my insurance been paid? And of course, title company has to pay that. Title company has no idea where to go. So it was a pretty interesting time. But yes, that's absolutely true. You got to partner with a good title company. They're always in the background, but it's super important. So, not to promote you guys, but it's important. It is important. My name is Amir Razi. I own Home Loans, and we are the in-house lender for you guys for Equity Colorado. I see a lot of familiar faces here. A lot of you guys are currently using us. If you're not using us, talk to your neighbor. They probably are. They can vouch for us. I don't necessarily need to promote us a whole lot because I do want to keep it brief for you, Todd, and I do want to announce some exciting news. But I will just quickly say that we are coming up on the 2-year mark of our inception. We are almost 2 years old, which is kind of crazy. It's just kind of flown by. I think the pandemic has made things go by even faster. And throughout that 2-year time frame, our main focus has really just been to give your clients a great experience, help you with your business, be available when you need us, be incredibly reliable, all of those things that you want in a lending partner. And we've done those things. We've never not closed a loan that we issued a pre-approval letter on. We're basically perfect in that regard. I hope this is real here, but we pride ourselves in being reliable, being very responsive. If you need to call us, we almost always try to answer the phone if we can or call you right back. And when you have a client and you send them our way, I think we're a very solid lending partner. One thing we haven't done a whole lot of, much to Todd's chagrin, is been there for marketing and co-marketing, helping you guys get business and all those other things that you may want from an in-house lender. And that is why I'm excited to announce our newest loan officer, Brianna Collette, who is going to be Brianna is going to help us with a lot of those things. And she is going to be there to help you with open houses. And of course, she's a very qualified loan officer. I didn't just hire a random person off the street to help you market. She has the same values I do. You know, she wants to be there on the weekends when you guys are doing business. She can calculate income and assets and all these things well beyond her years. I've met loan officers that have, got 20 years of experience and they still can't calculate income, and she does it amazingly well. And she just genuinely cares about people. So she shares a lot of the values that I do and does a lot of things that I think are incredibly important to make a great loan officer. But she's going to talk to you a little bit about herself briefly and also about some of the things that we're going to be rolling out in the fourth quarter. So, Brianna, if you want to take the stage here.
Yeah. Thanks, Amir.
Scoot over.
Hi, Equity. Woo! I'm so excited to be here. I'm really excited to meet all of you. I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you. I got some names already this morning, but I've missed a couple, so hopefully you'll come up and say hi to me. I don't think Amir mentioned, but I came from Movement Mortgage, which is an incredible company, the 6th largest retail company in the country, and really known for their quality and their quick turnaround times. But what really attracted me to own home loans is just all the really almost endless options that we can offer buyers in terms of products and our flexibility, a lot greater flexibility, which really just makes for a better financing experience for my clients, and I love that. I also was the in-house lender at Movement Mortgage in a realty office there, and yes, I was the go-to for all things lending. I helped get buyers pre-approved and close loans and help chase down leads, but I also brought a lot to the agents there with the co-branding marketing in the way of flyers and email campaigns co-host and sponsor their community events, which is really invaluable to them in terms of increasing their visibility and making their business grow more successful. And I'm really excited to be bringing all of that with them here and being able to offer that to you guys. So one of the things that I'm really hyped to tell you about is our open house package. We're beta testing this package, and it's going to consist of things like marketing and listing flyers, and we'll be bringing the refreshments to the open houses, and we're kind of rolling this out on a very limited basis to start, maybe 1 to 2 per week until we really get it fine-tuned and get a lot of feedback from agents on what's working, what's not, what's missing, and we're just really going to tweak it and make it something awesome. So if you have a listing, it's coming up, you want to test drive this open house package with me and be my test subject. I'd be happy to talk with you more about what we can do to help promote those open houses. And then just come talk to me about all the different options that we can offer you, that co-branded marketing support, listing support. Let's brainstorm ideas on how I can make your business more successful. Let's sit down and do cold calls together. I'll bring lunch. I'll be that lender on the phone answering those lending questions. And let's get to know each other.
Where were you last week?
I know, but it's going well. Let's do coffee. Let's talk. Yes. I'm here. I've got business cards in the back. My information's on the flyers on your desks. And I'm not shy, so come up and say hi to you guys. Thank you.
So just real quick, I introduced our mortgage company here 2 years ago, and it took us a year to put the mortgage company together, so I can't believe it's been 3 years.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That's amazing. And the number one reason that I wanted to do this with the mirror and at this time was, I can't help you when you're with another lender. You call me and say, you got an issue, you got a problem, they don't know who I am, they don't care who I am, I got nothing for you other than my experience and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're owners of this company. I can't help you. Not that I've had to, but things have gone very well, and Amir's number one thing for the last 2 years has been, let's dial in the back office systems. And I love systems, Equity loves systems, Amir loves systems. It runs smooth. It is an amazing program, which you guys don't have to see, but that facilitates our transactions. My number 2, though, has been, I want to give back to the agents. I'm an agent first. Yes, I own the company, but number 1, I'm an agent, done this for 30 plus years. And I know that we have always given leads to the lender. And we're always like, what do we get from the lender? We get a good transaction. Those are expected. I expect a good transaction. I expect a closing. I expect communication. What's the next thing? And the next thing is, help me. Help me. Help me with ideas, help me with marketing, help me with an open house. And Stacy and I sat down with Amir and Brianna here a few weeks ago, threw out some great ideas, and we're starting to debate it. Trust us, we slow roll stuff to make sure it's good, but we have a lot of stuff that we're working on, and we want to make it great. We want to have a lot of things that we can do for you guys. Because that's what I expect as an agent. So that's where we're going with this thing. So thank you for those that have used us. Amir's doing an amazing job, but we're going to ratchet out what we do for you guys and help your business. I want you to go. I'm doing more business, or my business is easier because of our lender. So that's my plug. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Son. And Son, thanks for bringing up that stuff about being hacked and all that. That's scary. You want good partners, and I've always said that. Your team has to be good. Inspectors, lenders, title. Good teams. And so those clients of yours, so Matt was telling me, his client already had a lender. They don't have experience. They're buying one house or maybe 2 houses. They think they have a good lender. We do hundreds, if not thousands of transactions. We do know the good lenders, and there's a difference. Same with the title and stuff. And they expect that representation from us. So, new agents, if you're new, and this is your first sales meeting, or new-ish, and this is your first live sales meeting, and you haven't got your little e-pin, will you stand up and just say, hi, introduce yourself, how long you've been in business, if you came from another company, a little 30-second shout-out would be cool.
And if you can talk loud.
Talk loud for our camera over here.
Okay, I'm new-ish, I guess, because this is my first in-person sales meeting, but I've been with the company for like a year and a half. And becoming a mother, doing all that, kind of kept me away from the office, but I'm here, and yes, I'm new.
Hey, welcome. Others? I know we have others.
Okay.
Where's all our new people?
I'm Becky Marr. I'm actually new to real estate, so just took the test and got hired with equity. So, it helped me out, and you did, so, yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You could probably see, we've got a lot of new people that have been joining, and it's still interesting times. I'm glad you guys are here. I think there's people that would like to be here, and we're still going, go, not go. And maybe if we keep advertising how we do the color codes, that it's okay if you don't feel 100% comfortable, sit further back or whatever. Because we want to keep doing live stuff, we got to keep moving forward, but be safe. So it's a balancing act, and that's why I haven't advertised, because I got to keep watching where things are going. So, new agents, we have, how do you say your last name?
Marr.
Mar, just Mar, I want to say more than that. Sarah Klassen, Sarah's back, Sarah went and ventured out to the other green pastures, and it's still green here. So welcome back, Sarah. Jennifer Jackson, I don't know, I think she might be online, was actually a client of Stacy and mine. Geez, the first time bought a house from us, how long?
Oh, been a long time.
18 years ago, I don't know, yeah, they bought a few homes, great clients, and they, hey, many of you, your clients, and them, seeing how fun it is to do this job and make it into business. I know, it's hard business.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, very excited to have her. And then Brent Underwood, welcome, and Kathy Zane, welcome here. And thank you for referring people. So Julie Barton referred Becky up here, and Stacy Alke referred Jennifer Jackson, Steve Harder referred Brent, Son referred April, Tony referred Samantha, Joyce referred Roman, Steve, 2 referrals, Nick Conley, and Janet referred Bill. So awesome. And moving right along to Stacy's stats, or stats, with Stacy.
Statistics with Stacy. So I'll stand over here, that way my voice travels to the camera as well. We're starting to feel some changes in the market. Anybody else feeling a few things? Okay, let's take a quick temperature of the room just to get a gauge here. How many of you put a listing on the market in the month of July? Raise your hand. Quite a few. How many of you got a buyer under contract in July? Quite a few. Of those listings that you guys put on the market, majority of them multiple offers? Yes? Okay. Over asking price still? Okay. Buyers still competing against multiple offers if you're on the buying side? Not as many. Not as many.
That's
Okay.
not as a big gap.
Okay.
Appraisal.
Yeah, not as big on appraisal gaps, not as many multiple offers, maybe seeing things sit on the market for a full weekend.
5 days, 5 whole days.
I've seen some of you getting your buyers under contract at list price.
Yes. Or less.
Or less. Less.
Horrifying.
Or Sandra?
It's horrifying.
Yeah. So the statistics we're going to dive into today are from the DMAR Market Stats report. DMAR Market Stats come out usually the second or the third of every month, reflecting back on the previous month. Before your eyes glaze over, and as you're squinting looking at these numbers, know that I just want the people that are online to know that what I'm going to talk about in the upcoming slides is coming from page 14 of the Market Stats report. So if you guys don't catch all the information, can't remember what I said, this is the chart that I'm going to break down, boil down into something that you guys can understand a little bit easier. So, page 14, we do embed this into the weekly Monday update. Every Monday you get that update from us. We put information like this inside.
So I'm going to move us forward and we'll dive right in. All right, so closed homes in the month of July were down 21% compared to last July. Does that shock anyone? No. Context. July last year was the highest closing month we have ever had on record for a July. Since 1985, we've been tracking numbers. Last July had the highest number of closing in that one month. So the number I want you to actually focus on, because it's a better reflection of the market, is compared to June, we were down 12%. Pending sales in July were down 10% compared to last July. Can you guys on the side of the room see this okay? Compared to June, sales were down about 5, pending. So your average sales price in July was down a little bit from June. We're talking 2.5%. You really can't feel that very much. Average sales price in the Denver metro area for the 11 counties that these statistics are pulled from, average sales price is $624. Average. To get into a home in the Denver metro area, that's up 16% compared to this same time last year. Breaking it down, single family, $699 is the average sales price. That's up 17%. Townhomes, condos, multifamily, affordable at $442,000. That's the average of 15%. Active listings at the end of the month. Active inventory on July 31st was up 29% compared to the month before. In June, just for context, we had about 3,100 listings as we closed out the month. July, we have a little over 4,000. New listings, however, were down 6% compared to this time last year and 8% from June. So we have more listings at the end of the month, but less new listings coming on the market. Anyone want to take a stab and tell me what's happening here?
So,
What's that?
not everything is selling.
Not everything is selling. We don't have as much coming on the market, but stuff's actually sitting. And when I say I'm starting to feel some changes and you guys are starting to feel some changes, that's where we're seeing it. Inventory's still low. It's still a seller's market. We've got 3 weeks worth of inventory in all price points. It was 4 weeks last year, so not a huge change. Average active days in the MLS is at 9. It was 25 last year. So we're still running a really tight market. Breaking it down, single family homes, average 8 days on the market. This is the amount of time from when you activate the listing to when you change it to the pending status. Townhomes and condos are taking a little bit longer, so don't worry if you're not on, under contract within 4 or 5 days. Those are averaging about 12 days. But the number that I think really reflects the market the most is when we look at the median. Let's throw out the wild cards, the highs and the lows, and let's look at where most of the properties are falling. 4 days. That's hitting the market Friday, going pending by Monday or Tuesday. That you're still feeling. Our close to list price is coming down a little. 104% if you want to get yourself into a home. You gotta offer 4% higher than the list price and a few other attractive things in your offer, but that's down 1% from the previous month. July last year was at 99.9, so we're still pretty high on those over asking price offers. So what does this look like year to date? Not just July compared to last year, June compared to July. But our closed sales are still record-breaking pace. Sold homes are up 9% this year compared to last year. Listings are still down by 3%, but we continue to sell. So home prices, double-digit increases. So far, year-to-date this year, single-family houses are up 22%. Just this year. And condos and townhomes up 14%. So a few market tips and insights. Pricing homes is really hard this
July, August, September?
Well, what I think one of the things is, you get that one that's priced, all multiple bids and price it up. Well, is that the norm for the neighborhood now? So do you go up from there, or do you go a little low? It's like, I think those, what's the word I'm looking for? The anomaly home. So 60,000 over in a $500,000 neighborhood.
You're on the right track. So when we're looking at comparable data for listings that are coming on the market right now, we're pulling comps that are 3 months, 4 months, maybe 5 months old, maybe a couple that have sold in the last couple of weeks. We're looking at the height of the market, the intense bidding war that we get in the spring selling season. So what a home sells for in March, April, and May is not necessarily what a home's going to sell for in July, August, and September. This year, we are on track to have the normal seasonality. We're actually seeing it. Last year, we did not have seasonality. And I will touch on what that means here in a couple of slides. But home values tend to decline, inventory tends to go up, and prices tend to drop a little bit starting in July. It's end of summer, putting out those last minute vacations before kids start school in August. August, we're getting school shopping done, getting kids back in to a new routine. September, we're doing our Labor Day gatherings, and it's the unofficial end of summer. And then after Labor Day, it starts to swing back up again. So you're gonna have to be really careful with your sellers and their pricing strategy this time of year, because they're gonna look at those March, April, May statistics and wanna be at that top. And we're kind of coming down a little bit right now. So it's better to be less aggressive this time of year than it is to be more aggressive. Because in one of the slides that I'm gonna show, we're seeing more and more price reductions as listings are hitting the market. The sellers are trying to get top dollar, and it still is a seller's market, don't get me wrong. But there are certain price points in the Denver metro area that we're seeing more price reductions, and people are getting just a little too aggressive. So make sure you set expectations when you're listing homes. Not all are getting multiple offers right now. Not all of them are getting an excessive amount of showings, and not all of them are coming in over list price. So prepare yourself as it could go either way. Just having that expectation is good. According to Lawrence Yun, NAR chief economist, at a broad level, home prices are in no danger of decline due to tight inventory conditions. But I do expect prices to appreciate at a slower pace towards the end of the year. So let's talk about seasonality. This is one of my favorite charts. I'm going to start here on the left and I'm going to work my way right. Down here, we've got various months and years listed. You may not be able to see it, but we're starting with January 2008. And we're going to work our way to July of 2021. The gold line is our active listings. Can you guys hear me okay, or do I need to be louder? Okay, I'll be a little louder. Gold is active listings. Blue is closed sales. So, mortgage crisis, we got tons of listings, very few buyers. But what I want you to focus on is how we have this rhythmic, almost heartbeat look. And it stays very consistent, going up and going down. So what I'm going to read to you here is we peak in April and May, we come down June, July, August, September, all the way to October. We have a couple of bumps here and there for fall selling season. We usually bottom out in January. What's interesting over here is more current information. So we've got pandemic, we've got January 2020. We're making our spike. Spring started early in 2020. But when we got to April, we plummeted because everybody got shut down. We couldn't sell homes other than virtually. We then popped back up for a second little spike and then came down pretty hard towards January. Our listings have dropped to a record low, and you can see that down here. But our sales continue to be really high. We're getting the seasonality trend again because now that we're in July, we're starting to drop. And hopefully our listings are going to start to intersect again as they have consistently
So we didn't see the seasonality trend last year, but we're seeing it again this year. So that's a good one for you guys to have on hand for the clients. This one just briefly is gonna be inventory, inventory levels. So we've got our prices, price ranges, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, the number of properties that closed in July versus the number of actives that we had, and then our months of inventory. Everything is still under 2 months. The most tight price ranges are going to be your 200, 300, 400, and even the 500 to 700 range are all under 1 month's inventory. This chart, I recommend that you guys print this one out and put it in your buyer packets. Average closed price. This outlines July, August, September, October, November, month by month, 2020 to July 21, and shows you what average sales price is done in 1 year's time. When you have that buyer that says, should I wait 6 months to buy a house, or I need 3 more months to save up some money for a down payment, you can show them what 1, 2, 3, 6 months, a year later looks like. $596 last year in July, $699 this year. And the blue line is condos, gold line is single family. We see a little bit of the seasonality in there too. Last one I'm not going to discuss, but I just want you to have this at your fingertips. It's year-to-date comparisons, so you can compare 2017 versus 2018 versus 2019, 20, and 21. And it has all of listings sold, average days on market. It just gives you a lot of really valuable information when you're looking year over year. Questions on any of those statistics or what you're feeling and seeing in the market? No? Do I have time for fun facts, or we need to move on to optimize?
We need to move on to Eric.
Okay.
Yeah. Big Eric.
I think we told them it's 10:55.
Oh, 10:50. I thought it was 10:40.
No, 10:55.
Oh, then we got one back.
Okay, we'll do fun facts and we'll talk about optimizing.
Fun facts.
Fun facts, guys. Denver is ranked 9th in the nation in technology talent. Did you know that? Part of the Mile High's appeal is it has the highest number of people 25 years and older having a bachelor's degree. That's 53%. Large number of millennials in the lure of outdoor lifestyle. So we're all talking about how expensive it is to live in Colorado now. Good news, Colorado is not on the top 10 most costly states. I can tell you it's number 11, but it's not on the top 10. Hawaii, number 1. New York, number 2, and California is still coming in at 3. So, after a brief hiatus last year, iBuyers are back. Don't be surprised when you start to see them come out of the woodwork. They actually had the most number of purchases in the second quarter of this year. Granted, iBuyers are kind of new. They're investors, but they are starting to gobble up some houses. So be prepared for that. We saw builder incentives jump.
I think I can call some.
Yeah. When was the last time you had a new construction?
Oh, I don't know. We were in 2 months ago.
2 months ago, they don't want to pay us. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
We got the sentence.
come back, come back, come
So
back.
yeah, builders were reducing realtor commissions. A lot of you were getting 2% commissions, 1% commissions, but we are starting to see the commissions come back, and they're incentivizing buyers now.
And their earnest money went down too.
So, the market corrects. The market corrects.
Let's go to
Okay.
fun facts.
So yeah, only other thing, and you can go ahead and change the slide. I just want to remind you guys, the national eviction ban does not end until October 3rd. So that was extended. All right, you guys are updated. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw people taking notes. I like that.
Yeah, and we'll send this
Yeah, you don't need
presentation out.
to. Yeah, we'll send that.
That way you guys have.
I'll send it all to you. Have you guys seen that we've been advertising this optimal living thing? Okay. So, this is heavy, gotta think. Where do you think you'd be in in 5 years, if you were able to do what you needed to do, when you needed to do it, whether you felt like it or not?
Yes.
Do we ever know what we should do, want to do, and just can't do it for something?
Don't feel like it.
I don't feel like it.
Everyone's like feelings.
What do you think you could be if you had no fear of failure? I mean, those two questions that's our life, isn't it? I mean, are we constantly battling what I should do, I know I should do, and what I want to do, and I don't want to do, and why don't I want to do it? But rejection, I might not be the best, I might not. There's so much going through your head. And if you didn't have all that going through your head, you just did what you knew you had to do, and you just did it regardless, and you didn't hurt like, I don't know. What would it look like? Where would you be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, if you had that mindset? Abraham Maslow says, what one can be, one must be. Heavy. That's what one can be, one must be. You ever think that you could be more than you're doing? And whatever. Stacy and I are doing this optimized for Brian Johnson for many years now. I'll talk more about this as I get into it, but the big thing is, are you living your best you? Are you being who you think you really could be? And if you're not, what do you got to do that? What one can be, one must be. You are meant to be this person. Are you that person? How do you get to that? How do you get there? And we're never going to get there. But how do you keep moving in that direction? There's no end to any of this. We're always improving. Love this. Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act. It's a habit. An act is something you do what? Once, twice. I did that once. You did work.
I said that.
But it's a habit. Over and over and over and over and over again. And many of you, most of you, do some habits over and it really works. Anyone here?
Stand here and control this, and you can.
Okay. Anyone brush their teeth every day? Why? That works. That's good hygiene. It's a habit. Always do it. Go back. So the past two are been around a lot. We got, Aristotle's been around a long time. 2,500 years or something like that. Abraham Maslow in the 20th century. But still, kind of ancient wisdom, and we kind of got more current. Angela Duckworth. Very current. She wrote Grit. Great book. Grit. You guys know what grit means. You get gritty and you push through, whatever that is. There are no shortcuts to excellence. Developing real expertise, figuring out really hard problems, it all takes time. Longer than most people imagine. You've got to apply those skills and produce goods or services that are valuable to people. Grit is about working on something you care about so much that you're willing to stay loyal to it. It's doing what you love, but not just falling in love, staying in love. How can this apply to work, energy, activities, and love? How can you apply these thoughts to those three areas of your life? And those are really the three areas that we have in life. We have work, which is extremely important for many reasons, not just to make an income, but to give back. Are you guys giving back to people when you do your job well? You get paid for it. You produce a valuable service and you get paid for it, but you're helping someone with a need, a problem. So it's not just selfish to work, it's giving back to the world. energy. We have mountain bikers, and we have gravel riders, and we have marathon runners, and we have golfers. And how are you showing up in your energy? Are you showing up, are you trying to be a scratch golfer? How do you get to be kind of a scratch golfer? Is it because you go out and occasionally hit a bucket of balls? Something you do repeatedly, you practice, 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 excellence. So optimize.me. You gotta keep this halfway short. Optimize.me, write that down. Go to that site. Again, Stacy and I have been following, interacting with Brian Johnson, who developed Optimize.me for 26 years now. I got involved following Brian because of his philosophy. Brian is, he's a nut job. Really, he is so smart. The guy is a self-described philosopher. He loves philosophy, ancient wisdom and current. And he has read over 600 books and made these little notes, like clip notes. And that's how I got to follow him, because like, I buy a book, and do I want to read that book or not? I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I can read these philosopher notes, 10 pages, or 6 pages, 10 bullet points, that he kind of synthesizes and figures out what their meaning is out of these books. And again, ancient wisdom or current. It could be on nutrition, health, fitness, philosophy, just a world of different books. And I'm like, this is really interesting. I can read these and kind of take away something. Do I want to read the book now or not read the book now? And then I found more about what he does. He does what's called +1. Every day we get a little +1 email from him, a video. And they're inspirational, thought-provoking, and they keep you moving. And the +1 means little increments. You want to get better at something? Do a little bit better every single day. Anyone ever go to a conference or take a course and you come out of that, you're just on fire, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to implement that, I'm just going to... And then 2 weeks later, you are back in the same old grind, back in the same old rhythm. Maybe you're going to do something and then you kind of move and you're back. These +1s kind of keep you moving. Just a little bit forward, a little bit forward, a little bit forward. And then we've got our master classes. And so he's got like 30 master classes, and we've taught those to a handful of our agents here. We kind of opened up to some people that we thought would really be able to take this again. Master classes from Master Peace Days, how to have your best year ever, how to create daily habits, how to have better sleep, how to have more energy, how to have more confidence, wisdom, willpower, public speaking. I mean, there's all these master classes that Stacy and I were doing on our own, and I'm like, I don't want to sit here for an hour and do it by myself. And so I opened it up to a small group of agents, and we had about 20 of us that were doing these all together. And then he started a coaching program. He wants to teach people how to do what he does and coach people on his classes. And Stacy and I dove into that about 3 years ago, and it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, intense, and we didn't make it to the end. I mean, running the company and the home, and it just was a lot. We keep moving forward, keep moving. We're back. We're doing coaching again with them. And we're like, okay, how do you get good at something? How do you really get good at something? Practice and teach others. So we're opening up. We're going to teach you guys. We've got 6 different courses we're going to be teaching. And those of us that did before, Marcel took it, Greg took it. Who else was in there? Oh, okay, yeah. We listened to Brian. Okay, and Brian is, he's way up here. If you're not sticking with Brian, and if you don't know all Brian's books, and he's pulling from Aristotle and Epictetus, and you're like, you get a little overwhelmed if you're not like ingrained in this. And so Stacy's like, okay, we're going to really step up this time, and we're going to teach this stuff. And we can kind of bring it down a little bit, and still bring out the best of Brian's stuff. With that.
Bring it out to the world.
Yeah, bring it down. Yeah, I don't like to use the word dumb it down because we're not dumb. But we're going to make it lighter. And we've implemented this in our lives. for many years. We do our daily habits. We do our AM, PM broadcasts. We work on our willpower. We work on our confidence. I mean, so we're living it, so we'll be able to bring it in. What do you guys do? How are you guys at your best masterpiece day? How do you figure out your why? And that why changes a lot for a lot of us. Yeah, and that's it. Our whys were easy when we first started real estate. My goal was to sell a house. 20 years later, it's like, I own my house, I have stability, I've got this, as Brian says, you get to a point where it's not about the goods that you have, it's about who do I want to be? Back to the beginning of being the best you. How do you get to be the best you? So the classes we're going to be teaching. Oh, well, so
Do you want to get that real quick?
yeah. So the classes we're going to be teaching. This is online. I'm sorry, but that's the easiest way to get most people in. It's open to everyone. Yeah. And before again, I only offered it to our top agents because I thought they would appreciate it the most. And I learned we all need this. We all need reps. You don't have to freaking dive in like Stacy and I have and re-up. If you just take a little bit away, if you can just incrementally improve, then I want. And that's what I'm looking for. Okay, what's Todd giving back? I got a great company. You guys are good. Paul answers the questions. Stacy answered the questions. We run the back end office. How do I get to give back? I don't want to teach with you guys. I don't want to teach with you. I'll teach with you, but I don't want to teach with you. I want to teach you guys how to live life so that you go and say, I'm going to take Buffini. Not that I have to call you and say, you need to take Buffini. I want you to go, I'm going to take Buffini. And I'm going to find the class. I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me that I need to do it. That's who I want to be. And I know I need to be better, so I'm going to take action. And I think if you have these skills, you'll know how to do that. So we're going to help you identify and install your number one daily habit to have the biggest positive impact of your life. What's the number one thing every day you got to do to make you feel great, to know you won your day? To even think about this, like, oh, God, we'll help you with that. This is not easy. It's not just, oh, I know it. Are we going to do this for you? Stacy and I, we already guess what we do this for us, for some people as well. What do I have to do every day? You got to ride a bike. I got to ride a bike. So I feel good in life. And I have my best day. And I can do everything else. I have won my day. I got my exercise in. How to create your master. How are you going to create this? How are you going to make sure that you can do it? How to become more gritty in the face of adversity? Obstacles make me stronger. Om says his little thing. Want to meditate, you can say Om. We're not saying praying. We're just saying obstacles make me stronger. They're going to make you stronger. How hard of a business is this? You guys get beat up. You ever feel like you get beat up? Yes. We all make you stronger. So when you get beat up, you feel stronger. Not that you get taken advantage, you get stronger. Discuss concepts that tomorrow starts the night before. If you want to have a great day tomorrow, it all starts with the night before. What do you got to do that night before to have a great day? We're going to discuss that. Close the gap between who you currently are and who you think you can be. It's heavy. It's like, I think I can be this person. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? So what do you got to do? What do you got to do so that you're not just feeling like just on this thing, just kind of going round, I'm not sure where I'm going. How do you get to the end of the day? Yeah, I won that thing. I won that thing. And then help create confidence. Confidence is not something you find, it's something you create. Don't get confidence. I hear that from agents. I think I'm going to sell a house when I get more confidence. You don't get it. You make it. You create it. So the actual classes starting the 13th. These will be every other week. We're saying 1 hour. It depends really on how much interaction you get. Stacy and I are not going to sit there and just talk for an hour. This is going to be, let's work together. What makes sense, what doesn't, how do we do this? And if it takes an hour and 15 minutes, it takes an hour and 15 minutes. So Masterpiece Days is the first one. How to create one great day at a time. Then habits, how to discover and install your number one habit. Once you have your number one habit, it's easy to build on that habit with other habits. Willpower, the science of self-control, and build your optimizing engine. Peak performance, how to reach your potential, perform at your best when it matters. Confidence, how to create an indestructible trust in yourself. Energy, how to give your mind, body, and energy it needs to live your greatest life. So those are the classes, and there's like another 40 that we could be in. These are just the top 6 that we're picking out right now. And really, on Masterpiece Days, when I say these coaching classes that we're doing, one topic will take us 2 months. I mean, we go deep. Like you said, we're gonna keep this light and fun and relatable and doable. And if you want to get deeper in it, Optimize about me, and you can go have at it. But we'll keep this so that we all enjoy it and have fun and learn, and you get to the end of the day and go, oh, I get it. This is not like, oh, I got homework, nobody wants to do that. We all have a lot of stuff to do. We want this to be lifting you up, not taking you down and making you feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing, that is not what this is about. This is not the not, this is the drill. Anyone interested in doing this? Yes? Yes. Can I see? I just want to get an idea. We're inviting Longmont office. We were up there yesterday. They're ecstatic about it. Like, I have no idea. I'm inviting some of my personal friends that I
I was
have.
gonna ask you that, it would be, my people that's not university.
This is just for you guys right now. But I want this other perspective that people are just outside of our industry. I've got some friends that are having some struggles right now. I'm like, come, I think this will help.
So yeah, it will be via Zoom.
Yeah, this is
So
Zoom.
we will send out all the information. The Zoom link will stay the same each time, so you don't have to find new links. We're also going to start a Dropbox because there will be a workbook for every single class so that you can take notes and gives you some action steps, kind of helps you keep on target and moving forward. So you'll have access to those, and they'll be 10 a.m. Is our start time on that. So we'll send more information. It is in the weekly update currently, but as we get closer, RSVP is required so that we can then email you everything that you need. And if you miss a class, we went back and forth on whether we wanted to record them or not because there's so much that you can take away by being in a group environment. But we are going to record them so if you have closing, you can watch it back.
Eric, can you hear me?
Gotcha.
We turn up the volume of your lights. We get video or we just get a picture of you today?
Well, I'm sitting on the couch with my leg up still.
All these things, but no. Unless, I have the X-ray I can show everybody, but we're not on video these days.
No worries, man, no worries. So let me do an intro. I haven't introduced you yet. We just got wrapped up with something else. So this is Eric Sachs. A lot of you know Eric Sachs. He is the owner, president of Breakthrough Broker, incredible free platform for agents. And then they built our market center, and they built market centers for EXP and many other companies. And Eric was going to be here live with us. I haven't got to hear the story yet. You can share some details, Eric. But he broke his leg and he had surgery. So I was like, I love Eric. You got energy. I'm like, I want Eric to be at our meeting. And I said, you don't have to talk about the Marks and Center. Eric gets to go and do public speaking throughout the country. He gets invited by title companies and he gets paid very well to go speak to thousands of people. And because Eric is a friend and is down the street from us, he just comes and does this for free. And I have asked him just share, and I think Paul related this to Eric, but I was just hoping you would share with us what you see in the market. What do agents, and he was an agent, so he gets our business. What do you see agents needing to do in this new world that we're in to be competitive? And where do you see our industry going? It's interesting times. I have you do this every couple of years, talk about this, and we keep seeing new things changing. So take it later.
I'm gonna fly through a few things. I have a couple things I'd like to share.
Awesome.
Can you make me a co-host so I can share?
You bet. Good, okay, let's see here.
I want to share my screen with you guys. Click on the dots and just say co-host. If you hover over me, there should be 3 dots.
Yeah, there aren't. Oh, there it is. No? That's there on the screen.
We're working on it, Eric.
Or you just need to make me a co-host or let me share. When you hover over my picture, it doesn't give you 3 dots?
All right, how about that?
See, there we go. Awesome. Good, I'm gonna fly through a bunch of stuff, guys. Thank you for having me today. I don't wanna make anyone, sick, but that's why I'm not there in person, everybody. If you count, that's 10 screws. So I am decently laid up right now. And for those of you that know me, whoever I've met in person, know that I kind of run 100 miles an hour. So Todd and Stacy know that. So it's actually not the pain that's killing me. It's not being able to be there. It's not being able to taste when I'm talking on the phone. So I do want to share a few things that I'm seeing throughout the industry. We have, on our platform, we have 557,000 realtors right now. And I tell you that because I'm seeing so much interesting things going on in the industry, and then some of you know, my wife is a realtor here in Denver, Nathan's wife is a realtor in Fort Collins, so not only am I seeing it from our partners across the country, but I'm seeing it at home too. It's a tough market right now. It's interesting. The media says, oh my gosh, it's the best real estate market in history, and it's crazy to think that how great the real estate market is it a bubble? And then I'm talking to realtors and they're telling me, oh my gosh, it's the hardest market I've ever worked in. It's as hard as 07, 08, 09 to those of us that were around back then selling. Because I think there's so much going on right now, the post-pandemic, the comeback of the pandemic, the uncertainty, the low inventory, all of that stuff has a lot of us kind of sitting back, I think. I'm talking to a lot of realtors who are not charging forward as I would hope. And I'm hearing a lot of complaining. I'm hearing complaining about the industry. I'm hearing complaining about clients. I'm hearing complaining about all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure, Todd, you guys are hearing it too. And the complaining is going to affect us in 2022. I was able to I had a guest on my show. We do a monthly webinar, Breakthrough Broker, with a couple thousand realtors. And I had Sean Carpenter on. Sean is a mentor of mine. He's an international speaker. And he did a whole 15 minutes on our attitude right now. And like, oh my gosh, I have to write another 4 offers. Or oh my gosh, I have to go on another showing spree or a listing presentation where they're probably not going to list with me. And he really said our attitude today, the way we feel about our business and real estate in general, is going to be our success in 2022. So one of the things that I think right now, we really need to be better than we've ever been. This was sent to me. This is our motto, be a badass real estate agent. And Todd, I hope I didn't offend anybody in there, but someone scratched this out and texted it to me, and I've kept it ever since because I feel right now we have to be better than our competition. What do I mean by that? Our sphere of influence, the people we know, they know 5 or 6 or 7 other realtors, right? Absolutely, everyone knows a realtor. So right now, with low inventory, post-pandemic, as hard as our profession is, we have to be better than we've ever been. We have to step up. We have to build momentum. We have to have have we have a conversation today, we send a few texts tomorrow, we host some engagement on Friday. On Sunday, we comment about a listing that sold over the weekend at 20,000 over asking. On Monday, we have a coffee meeting with our title partners. On Tuesday, all of that stuff builds momentum. But unfortunately, it's a little uncomfortable right now. Pre-pandemic, real estate was easier. Pre-pandemic real estate had us making the money we kind of wanted to make. We all wanted to make more money, but things were kind of falling in our laps. The process was easier. The stress was a little less. You may not think about it, but I guarantee you, if you look at a transaction pre-pandemic and that same like transaction now, it's just different. It's just a little harder. And so that momentum and being a badass real estate agent actually takes more work right now. We have to be willing to work a longer day. We have to be willing to make a few more calls, a few more social posts, a few more coffee meetings. We have to be ready to do that. Write this down. There's an essay out there that was written in the 60s titled The Common Denominator of Success. And in that essay, and you guys have heard me say this before, maybe if you've been on any of my classes, I teach a class titled I Shall Not Should on Myself. S-H-O-U-L-E. As realtors, I feel, and Todd, tell me if you think I'm wrong, we kind of are shoulders, would you agree? We tell ourselves, man, I really should tell my sphere of influence that I just sold a home in one day for $40,000 over asking with an appraisal gap and inspection contingency. But that stays on our should list because we're not great at execution. Okay, so, there's an excerpt in this that I love so much. It says, the secret of success of every man or woman who's ever been successful lies in the fact that he or she formed the habits of doing things that failures don't like to do. Now let's place this inside the real estate realm. The secret of success of every top producer who is successful right now lies in the fact that he or she is doing the things that the others don't like to do. One of the most important things I have seen coming out of this pandemic is that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer in terms of real estate agents. Going into the pandemic, we were a 90-10 industry. 10% of the realtors in America were selling 90% of the homes. This is a true fact. Now, that gap has shrunk. It's about 4% of the realtors are selling about 96% of the homes right now. Those agents who had dialed-in systems, who weren't afraid to step outside the box, who are okay working harder, they were that 10%, and now they're that 6%, that 4%. We need to be okay stepping outside of the box, working a little harder, doing a little more. So I'm going to fly through this because we have a limited amount of time. I want you to know the market better. Meaning, just study it every morning with a cup of coffee. I'm going to come up with an idea here in about 3 minutes that you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I'm that guy who deleted every message from the MLS, every message from the Board of Realtors, every message from my title and mortgage partners, because I hate numbers. I'm numbers guys. But in the past, when I was selling, I did have my brokerage, I did get to a point where I realized I should read this stuff. And now more than ever, read those emails. Read what's coming out, because the knowledge of the market is going to help you with a conversation to get your neighbor off of the fence, to get your friend on the soccer team to let you do a CMA for them. Because of this knowledge, okay? So I want you to do this every morning. Every morning. These are 8, 9, 10-hour days right now to be a badass real estate agent. I want you to focus on your sphere of influence. Tom Ferry, he said in a really poignant article in 2018, the number one place to find your next transaction in a low inventory market is from the people you know, your sphere of influence, right? And one of the biggest problems as realtors is you're all in this meeting today, it's 11, 12, you're here because you care. If we're passionate realtors, we live, eat, sleep, breathe, drink, read, talk real estate. It doesn't mean the people in our sphere know that. We are in a trap of assuming everybody everybody knows if they put their home on the market right now, they're gonna see equity in a pretty quick contract. That is not true. Believe it or not, it's not true. So don't assume everybody understands what's going on, and start taking actionable, executionable steps every day. Because what I want to see, we're gonna show you next this slide. I want to see what we're calling the compound effect. So that's the result of progressive action every day is what will give us our next listing. And guys, I saw this at home. You know, my wife's not here enough, so I can tell the story. She slowed down, and she started kind of waiting. She was kind of looking around, nothing was happening, and she doesn't like people are like, oh, you have a great coach, and, you know, you have a great mentor. And she's like, who? She doesn't want to listen to me. But we sat down, we had a conversation about, honey, just start making calls, start going to lunches, start attending meetings, start getting that momentum rolling again. And in 3 weeks, she got a new listing. So this stuff actually works, okay? I want you guys to start with your CRM. Why? We don't own a CRM, so I have no monetary gain from this. But I will say, it is the single most important part of your business is your CRM. It is your living, breathing real estate business. It's where you house everyone you know, could know, should know, may know, did know, in one place. It's an actual sellable item when you retire. Literally. This CRM should be everyone you know's first name, last name, email address, physical address, notes, and tasks. That's what you need. You guys might have a company CRM. If you do, awesome. If you don't, any of them, all of them are pretty good. Find one that's good for your budget and go on. When you think your CRM is complete, it's not. I want you to pick up your phone and go through your phone contacts. You'll be amazed at how many people are in your phone over the years that you didn't think of to put in your CRM. When you're done with that, the next exercise is go through your LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram and put people that are in there in your CRM. Why? Even if they live outside the state, city, country even, I want them in your CRM. Every single person you could know, might know, do know, did know, should know, in there. So I want you to interview your significant others. I know that sounds funny, and you will get pushback. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, I want you to ask them, hey, who do you know that I should put in my database of people? They're going to say, well, we know the same people. You got to push. No, who do you know? I'll tell you guys, this works. We did this back in the day. My girlfriend at the time was a bartender at a popular bar in Fort Collins. And I asked her, and she gave me a ton of pushback. And finally, she's like, you know, my cousin, my aunt is the charge nurse. And I was like, oh, yeah. She's not in my CRM. Let's put her in. And over time, she started referring me like doctors and nurses from the hospital. And then she said, you know, one of the guys at the bar, one of the regulars, I think he's in real estate. I said, a realtor? And she's like, no, I think he's in real estate. I said, great. So I put him in my CRM as Danny. That was all she knew him by. And last name, regular at Cody's Bar. Literally, that's what I put his last name in. And then I tasked myself to remind Cody next week to call me when Danny's in. She did. I got there. Turns out he was in real estate. He was a developer of a 400-acre luxury lakefront property in Windsor. And over time, at the very beginning, we got some on-site sales. So this stuff really, really does work. So interview your mom and dad if they live in town. Brother, sister, put everyone in there. I would like to see what's called omnipresence from you guys. What does that mean? It means when you go to a Labor Day barbecue, I want you to walk in and have someone look at you and be like, oh my gosh, I see you everywhere. I can't get rid of you. You're in my mailbox. You're on my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn. You call me. You send me messages. What the heck? If someone ever says that to you, you should fist pump yourself because you won. You won the competition amongst the other 5 realtors that they know. I want you to be seen everywhere. It takes time. It takes work. It takes an 8-hour day, every day, to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in commission income. And this is what we're doing every day. We're being omnipresent. You know, if you guys are taking classes on your contracts, awesome. If you're taking classes through Board of Realtors for, you know, ethics, all that stuff's great. But in reality, what does it matter if you don't have someone to negotiate for? What does it matter how good a contract writer you are if you have no one to write a contract for? So really, our job isn't that. At its very core, our job is to find people who want to buy and sell real estate. And that's the action we really need to be taking, you know, like almost every day. So, also, I'd love to see you guys sending one comparative market analysis a day, one unsolicited CMA a day. Why? It's a great marketing tactic. And so Joanna did this, she sent it, and I was lucky enough to be next to her when she got the call a day later from her friend Laura saying, "Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, are you kidding me?" She's like, "I've been trying to get Matt to move for years. This is what we can sell our house for right now?" Literally, I listened to that call. So you create, and this also kills two birds with one stone. That thing I asked you to do at the beginning, know your market, review the market once a day. You could do that by doing this. So you just email that CMA out. "Hey, many of my friends have been asking me what their home might be worth in today's crazy market. I thought I'd run a quick market comparison for your home. You know, I was there last year at barbecue, thought it was great. Please see how much your home might be worth if we sold it today." It's fine. Unsolicited. They're not going to complain, like, "Why are you sending this to me?" Send it to your neighbors. Send it to soccer parents and friends and coworkers and past coworkers. It's okay. You can soften it up by saying, "Many of my friends have been asking me, so I thought I'd run one for you." It's a cold attempt at business. On Breakthrough Broker, we have this stuff called proof of production. You go get these out, okay? Also, I want you to start doing some engaging posts on social media. I have a hack for you. For those of you that want to be more visibly seen on social, this is super easy. I want you to Google real estate news. You Google real estate news, you're going to see a bunch of cool websites. I want you to take out housingwire.com. I want you to take out Forbes Real Estate. I want you to take out Keeping Current Matters and put them in this thing called Feedly.com. It's free, FEEDLY.com. And a couple times a week, I want you to post really good news articles with commentary. It's what you say about what you post that is most important. So come up with a nice commentary. You just say, "Good week for anyone wondering about putting their home in the market in the near future. Had several clients pause their home buying or selling process in the past month. Choosing the right time to re-enter the market is really important. Message me if you want to discuss." Whatever. What you say is most important. So go to Feedly.com. It's free. Attach your Feedly account to any of these cool websites. Wake up in the morning, it's all in one place. You find an article you like, you post it. Okay? Some of this stuff's super simple, but it's all about what you say. All right? I know you guys, I want you to just be more proactive on your social media, but really what it means is just liking and commenting on posts. So go to your past clients' posts and just like and comment. It's going to keep you, it's free, it's super easy. Some more direct mail. I think direct mail is back during the pandemic. In your marketing center, you have special letters. We have a low inventory letter, and I have a buyer for your neighborhood home valuation letter. I'm flying, guys. I want you to start picking up the phone more. I was really fortunate enough to interview the top 8 selling realtors in North America during the pandemic, 1 through 8. And now that I don't own a brokerage, I'm a tech guy, I think. And so I asked this question. I was like, so excited about this question. What technology are you using to crush it through the pandemic? I was waiting to hear from them to say like predictive texting or predictive analytical data or whatever cool new feature these top 8 realtors in North America were using. And all 8 said, "I'm just making phone calls right now." And I thought to myself, what kind of phone calls are you making? And they just were saying, "I'm just reaching out and touching people, having meaningful conversations every day." And it's easy now, you can call someone you haven't talked to in 10 years and say, hey, the events of the past year or so have me thinking about you, so I thought I'd call and see how you're doing. Very simple intro. Hey, the events of the past year and a half had me thinking about you, so I thought I'd call and catch up. We've been talking forever. You just have a meaningful conversation. Now, you do go into your CRM, write some notes. Let's say during that conversation you found out that they got a new Australian Shepherd puppy and they're waiting to pick it up in 3 weeks. You go in, you write notes, and you task yourself. Call John in 3 weeks to see what they named the puppy. Pretty simple stuff. I want to answer some questions if you may have them. I want to go through the Marketing Center if we can for a second and just show you some of my ideas. That omnipresence can be helped through your Marketing Center. You guys now have these engagement posts, okay? These engagement posts are awesome to be able to just post on your social. Your dream home is out there. These are cute. They're nice to put on your Instagram stories or Facebook posts looking for a market update. Look no further, DM me. You know, these things are pretty cool. They're easy to use. If you did 1 week or one every other week, there's dozens in there now for you, okay? And so this stuff is here, ready for you, and we're adding to this all the time, okay? Holiday posts inside your Marketing Center. Leverage these. Don't go to Canva and spend hours. You know, this stuff is here. I don't know if there's a Labor Day post. I'll see if we can grab a Labor Day post in here as soon as possible. But the whole idea is that this stuff is in here for you to use. One of the new features that I really love is our automated marketing campaigns. These are set it and forget it. I love that. So these are 6 postcards, so they go out every other month to your sphere of influence. You just upload your sphere into the system, and they get something branded for you every other month. 5 items to inspect your home. Value boosting renovations for your home. Boost your internet speeds, just every other month, something kind of cool. Okay? And now we have that in the system. What questions do you guys have?
Anyone, questions? Taking notes, taking pictures, I am recording.
Guys, in your Marketing Center, you now have a mobile buyer presentation. I don't know if you knew this. You have a mobile listing and a mobile buyer presentation. This thing is so cool. My wife's doing Facebook ads. When she gets a buyer lead, she just texts her mobile buyer presentation to that person. And now they have a mobile version of how she can help them. So this stuff's all in your Marketing Center. You may not have checked it out. You may not have been in there for a while. So jump in there and kind of see what's in there. That can help you. This is a new video creator tool that's in here. I think you can hack this. Meaning you can drag and drop and do community videos. You can do, I don't have an MLS number for you guys, but you can type in an MLS number if you have an active listing, and it will auto-create this video for you guys. But you can hack it by dragging and dropping images in and typing inside the box to create a neighborhood video, a community video, about me video. You know, this stuff's pretty cool. And then you just do that, and it's play the video So that stuff's in there, and I'm not sure you guys have played around enough in there to know how to leverage and what to use, but I really think if you go back into your Marketing Center, you'd find some stuff that helps you be omnipresent. So I hope I rambled about some stuff that might help these guys. And again, if you have questions, and when I'm up and about, I definitely want to come face to face.
Eric, that was awesome. Yeah, great stuff.
Round of applause.
How are you feeling, my friends? Are you doing okay?
I got my first full night of sleep in 3 weeks last night, actually, so I'm doing better. I'm doing better. It was a pretty extensive break, and I've never been immobile like this, like my poor wife, but you know, it's I'm getting better. I feel as good today as I felt. So.
Well, I guess, you know, with the pandemic, you probably learned some patience, so that probably helped for this.
Yeah.
I totally appreciate it, Eric. You know,
You guys are awesome, you're close friends, and so I'll see you guys in, October, November. How's that sound?
that sounds great.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
See ya. So good stuff there?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we recorded that, so you can go back and like, oh, what was that? Gately, what? Yeah, so we'll have all that for you guys. We're running a little late here, just get some awards out. Get some awards out for you guys. Pretty good. So, for July, yeah, I had an amazing month of July. I can't believe it. So, we'll give everyone around the closet the same. Are they gonna hang around this way? Or
I'm probably just gonna go around.
we'll hand you your certificate. I'm just gonna read these off and then I'll go. Woo-hoo. But, top sales volume, $6.4 million. 6.4 in 1 month. Who killed it last year, and she's finding a way to have some balance, I hope, because I don't know how she's still doing this. It's amazing. I think Kitco 5 transactions at 6.4 million. That's awesome. Sandra Shaver, I tell you, Sandra with 5
Neck and neck for sale.
Yeah, so the volume was like right there. Do you know what your volume was? 4.4.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a year. That's a good year for some many agents. Yeah, so congrats. Kevin Tippett, 5 transactions. Caitlin Tran with 4 transactions. Monica Askew with 4 transactions. Congratulations.
Nice job, Monica.
Roger Lewis with 3 transactions. Karina Flint. I haven't seen your name wrong all these years. Tell me your.
It's God bless me.
I'm so sorry. Karina with 3 transactions. Kimberly Garrett, 3 transactions. Derek Annenbaum, 3 transactions. Amy with 3. Rosita with Cantelli with 3 transactions. Ernie, 3 transactions. Mark Baker, who twisted or broke his ankle here just recently, and he just had completed his first Ironman up in Boulder. He rocked it. And then like a week later, now he's hurt his ankle. So I hope you're okay, Mark. But yeah, congrats on his Ironman. Yeah, awesome. Stephanie Feldhauer, 3 transactions. You guys are all here. Why do you have most of the top agents getting to the sales meeting? Knowledge, having knowledge. Liliana, 3 transactions. Gina Arms with 3. Janet Romero, 3. Aaron Moore, 3. KJ with 2 transactions. Justin Savoy had 2 closings that he's heading up to right now. Congratulations with 2. Everyone else with 2 transactions. Beth Goddard, Kathy Harder, Diane Mueller, Brett Van Havernat, Karen Hermelink, Matthew, you had to take off, he was here earlier, Matthew, Mozzarella, Maggie Hanneman, Sharon Ramirez, Andy Henson, and Marcel Savoy. A round of applause for you guys. Just rocked out that month, oh my gosh. What else we got here? We're out of time. If you got anything that you just gotta tell us about, extremely quickly, or just post it on Facebook, that's always the best. Thanks for coming. It's so good to see you guys. So, yeah.